Friend, this is your computer class. Today we learn chapter number 9. Let's code in Python. This is the first chapter of Python. Okay, and Python is a programming language. Okay, students, Python is an interpreted high level and general purpose programming language. Okay, in this chapter we learn about features of Python, limitation of Python, working in interactive mode, working in script mode, tokens, data types, statements in Python, and coding in Python. Okay, so let's begin. Python is a multi-purpose, general purpose, and one of the most popular high-level programming language. Okay, students. Many large companies use the Python programming language, including NASA, Google, YouTube, Instagram, and many others. Python programming is widely used in artificial intelligence, natural language generation, neural networks, and other advanced fields of computer science. Okay. The syntax of grammar of Python is very simple and the code resembles the English language. Okay. It uses words like not and in. It is a case sensitive programming language. Okay, students. It is processed at runtime by an interpreter. It is easy to learn and it runs on multiple programmers like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and mobile operating system with the same interface. Okay. Therefore, it is a cross-platform programming language. It is free and open source, which means it can be downloaded from internet for no fee, and it can be used to develop application software. It has efficient high-level data structure and a simple but effective approach to object-oriented programming. Okay, students. Python syntax and dynamic typing, its interpreted nature, make it is an ideal language for application development in many areas on most platforms. Okay. Python is derived from many other languages including ABC, Modular 3, C, C++, Algol 68, Smalltalk, Unix, Shell, and other scripting languages. It has fewer syntactical constructions than other programming languages. Okay, students. Now, no more. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum in 1989. Okay, at the National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science in the Netherlands. Its source code is also available under the GNU General Public License (GPL). Okay. Now, features of Python. Following are the specific features of Python that makes it a powerful programming language. A simple language. It has a simple syntax as it uses English words, therefore easy to read and comprehend the code. Also, it has a clear non-verbose syntax. Got it? It is a cross-platform or multi-platform or platform independent. A platform is an environment, hardware or software where the program runs. Python can run on multiple platforms like Windows, Mac OS, Linux with the same interface. It does not need a special hardware or software for installation. Okay. Then an interpreted language. You need not compile Python code before executing as it uses an interpreter to run the program. The program in Python high-level language is translated line by line in machine code because our computer always know machine code. Okay, machine language that it is in 0 and 1s and vice versa, which makes it easy for the programmer to debug. Correct errors in the program highlighted by the interpreter. In addition, Python can be useful interactively as many Python interpreters are available, from which commands and scripts can be executed. Now, free and open source. A free software released under an open source license. Python can be used and distributed free of charge even for building commercial software. Now, an object-oriented language. It follows the object-oriented approach, that is uses the concept of class and objects. Now, extensible and integrated. It is a language with very easy to interface with other languages, in particular C, C++, ActiveX, Cobra, and Java. It means that the code written in other languages can be incorporated or merged in Python program. Hence, it is used for testing microchips, building video games with the Pygame library, text processing, web application, database application, GUI programs, and a lot more. Inbuilt idle, it has inbuilt integrated development environment where the programmers can be easily written, debugged, and run within the same window. Okay, now limitation of Python. Though Python is simple and easy to learn object-oriented programming language, it has the following limitation. Python is slow. Python is not a suitable language for mobile development. Python is not a good choice for memory-intensive tasks as its data types occupy more memory space. It is very difficult to build a high-graphic 3D game using Python. Python is not good for multi-purpose, multi-core work. Okay. You can easily download Python for free from its official website. This is the official website of Python. Okay, https://www.python.org.downloads. Okay. Now working in Python. You can work in Python in two ways: interactive mode and then script mode. Working in interactive mode, Python has inbuilt idle integrated development environment. In this Python shell window, the programs are written, debugged, and run on the same window. To open idle text editor, follow these steps. Step number 1, click the start menu, then click Python 3.7, then click idle Python 3.7 32-bit. If your computer is 32-bit, so you can download 32-bit. If your computer is 64-bit, then you type 64-bit, and a laptop also. Okay, in the Python shell window will open. This is the Python shell window. Okay, friends. It is the idle environment or the Python interactive mode screen. Okay. Idle is a text editor that comes with Python. It helps you to get your code right. It is also known as Python interactive mode. Got it? This is the Python interactive mode. Now program in interactive mode. The code that you want to execute is typed after the enter prompt. This is typed. Okay, after we can do that code. See here. This is the write a program to print hello world. From this we will write our code. Okay, print in the inverted comma hello world, then this. Type the code print hello world. Print is a function in Python. Okay, it prints the content within the opening and closing braces. To run or execute a program in interactive mode, press enter key. You have hello Python as the output. Notice that the color text helps you to quickly identify the input-output errors in a program. To exit the idle shell, press Ctrl+Q. Now no more. The syntax is the structure of an instruction in a computer language. It is like the grammar of the programming language. If you do not follow the syntax, you will get errors in the program and will not get the desired output. The errors are also known as bugs. When the computer executes the program and finds mistake, it shows error message. Such a mistake is in the instruction or code is known as syntax error. Okay. Now working in script mode. To open script mode, follow the steps. Open Python in interactive mode. Click the file menu, then new file, open. Okay, students. This is the file, then new file, open. Ctrl+N. This is the short form of. Now student, a new blank window appears. This is the new window, that is the blank window. You can type codes in this window and save them for later use. Okay. To create a new file in Python, press Ctrl+N. Program in script mode. To write a new program in script mode, follow the steps. Open a new file, then type the code print hello world in the Python window. Okay. Using print function. The print function displays the output or the results of the computation of the variable and values. The text message should be enclosed within double quotes. Okay, for example, like this print, and here it is code. The number can be printed with the double quotes. For example, print 44, 55, 66. To print the stored value of a variable, place the variable name without the quotes. For example, height equal to 22. then ht, print ht. So here we write here without code. Okay students, now see example. What will be the output if you use single quotes instead of a double quotes, or do not use braces with the printed function. Okay, here we write print hello world, this is the double quotation, then print hello world, it is in single quote, then hello world, then print hello. Okay, so what is here? Okay, here it is syntax error, missing parenthesis is in call to print. Do you mean print this? Okay, here it shows the error that missing parenthesis. Okay, here it is missing parenthesis. Got it? Now running a Python program. To run a Python program, follow the steps. Click the run menu, then click the run module option. The program will be executed and the output will be displayed. Okay, here it is, we type from here, then start, then this is the Python, then here we return hello world. Okay, this is the output of. To run the program, press F5. Now saving a file. To save a file, follow the steps. File, click the file menu, then save as options, then save as dialog box appears. Type the file name. The file name is saved with .py. It is the extension of Python. Okay, without this extension we can't save the Python file. Okay students, indicating that it is the Python code. Okay students, now click the save button. To save a file in Python, press Ctrl+S. Comments in Python. Comments are important for adding vital information for another program to read. The symbol this has, it is read as has, is used to put comments for the line of code. Python ignores text after the has symbol. There are two types of comments in Python. Single line comment, it is used when you make single line comment. Here we return programs give additional, and this is this, then here this is the single line comment. Here we use has. Then multi-line comment, so here it is used multi-line comment. This all is the multiple lines comment. 1 2, so it is multiple. You may also use these quotes. Okay, you can also use this. Now Python tokens. The smallest unit of a program is known as token. Okay, it is the smallest unit of a program. It is referred as a lexical unit. These small units or elements make a program. Different types of tokens are here. Keywords, variables, punctuations, identifiers, literals means constants, also operators. Consider the following example to understand how tokens make a program. Okay, add two numbers. This is the program. Here we use, this is the comment. We use here single has. Then variable a, b, c, these all three are variables. Then this is the equal sign, then a assigned this assigned to b, and this number assigned to a, and then a plus b, then this assigned to c, and plus is the operators, and equal to is also operators. Then this is the keyword print c. Okay students, observe that the tokens are separated by white spaces. Let us learn about the tokens one by one. Firstly is keywords. Following are keywords or reserved words in Python. This is the reserved word. Their meaning are already defined to the language interpreter. They can not be used to name variable or any other identifier in a program. Keywords are case sensitive. There are 33 keywords in Python language. Following are the Python keywords. These all are the Python keywords. Got it? All the keywords except true, false and none are in lowercase, and they must be written as it is. Okay. Now identifiers, the name given to different objects or parts of a program, such as variables, functions, classes, lists, dictionaries. They are the basic building blocks of a program. Since identifiers are user defined, you need to follow the naming rules. Rules for naming and identifiers. Keywords cannot be used as identifier names. Got it? Now names should have combination of letters in lowercase or uppercase, A to Z and A to Z, or digits 0 to 9 or an underscore. This is the underscore. The name should always start with a letter, not a number digit. Cannot have space in the name. See, here it is not a space, here is also not a space. If we want space, so you write underscore. Okay students. Now variables. Variables is the name given to place in a computer memory where data is stored. It can be considered as a container that carries the value throughout the program. The value can change during the program execution. In Python, variables do not need explicit declaration to reserve memory space. The declaration happens as soon as you assign a value to a variable. The equal sign is used to assign values to a variable. It is also called the assignment operator to assign a value to a variable. If a variable is not assigned a value, you will get an error. The value stored in a variable can be of different types, namely integer, float, and string. For example, a is a variable assigned to store the value 5 equals to 5 plus 10 then equal to 15. Notice that the value of the variable changed. Rules for naming a variable. Variable names should be descriptive. They should start with a lower case letter. You can separate the words with underscore followed by more letters, underscores, or digits 0 to 9. Python does not allow punctuation characters such as @ dollar, and percentage. Spaces are not allowed either in a variable name also. Now literals. A constant is a type of variables whose value cannot be changed. Okay, it cannot be changed. It can be thrown out as container that hold information which cannot be changed during the execution of the program. Constants are usually written in uppercase and as underscores to separate the words. For example, pi equal to 3.14. Rules for naming constant letters. Use capital letters where possible to declare a constant. For example, pi, temp, weight. Never use special symbols like this. Don't start name with a digits. Constants are put into Python modules and mean not be changed. Constant names should have combination of letters in lowercase or uppercase or digits or underscore. Now types of literals. Numeric literals. Fixed numeric values in a program, they do not get changed during the execution of the program. These all are the numeric literals. Now no more. A floating point number is accurate up to 15 decimal places. Integer and floating points are separated by decimal points. One is integer, 1.0 is floating point number. Floating point number is those numbers which is in point. Okay. Now character literals. Any single character enclosed in either single or double quotes. These all are the character literals. These are the character literals. Got it? Now string literals. A combination of characters enclosed in a single, double, or triple quotes. Example, hello, Prachi, this is Python programming is interesting. These all are the string. Now Boolean literals. Boolean literals have either one of the two possible values, true or false. Now special literals, the literals that are with the value none. It is used to create that field is not created. Now punctuators. The punctuation marks are referred to as separators. They are used to separate tokens and organize statements in Python programs. The following characters are used in punctuators in Python program: single quote, single quote, and double quotes, parenthesis, square bracket, and curly brackets. Now comma, dot, colon, @ Okay, these all are the punctuators. An operator is a symbol to perform a specific type of operation. For example, you have to calculate 10 plus 15. 10 and 15 are operands and plus symbol is an addition operator. Python support the following operators: arithmetic, relational, assignment, logical, membership, identity, and bitwise. Following is the list of mathematical arithmetic operators in Python. This is the addition sign, this name add, then this is the subtract, then here we add this, then we get 20. And 15 minus 5, then we get 10. Then this is for the multiply. 15 into 5, we get 75. Then divide, 15 divided by 5, then we get 3. Then this is the percentage, modulus, remainder. Okay, 20% is 8, then we get remainder 4. Then exponent, this is the exponent, then we get 32. Exponent means 2 to the power 5. Then it is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. This is the for 5 times. Okay, this is the meaning of exponent. You can also combine text and numbers with print command. A comma in the print command stops the program from starting a new line on the screen when showing text. Also, it is used to separate text and numbers. Now order of operations. Do you remember order of operation in Microsoft Excel? The same applies in Python too. Okay. Parenthesis, exponents, multiple, division, and remainder. addition and subtraction. Okay, so this is for your practice, students. Okay, thank you, students. Now next topic I will provide you in next video. Stay home and stay safe.